Now up at Placerita Park on a Tuesday afternoon, and while everyone's at work, I'm just sitting here playing my guitar and writing this tune. And the birds around me sing, and the bees around me buzz. And on this dreamy afternoon, neath the warm California sun, and I feel just like a millionaire, because I own these trees and I own the air, and there's no one looking over me. Oh, I feel so rich, and I feel so free, and I feel happy. But Placerita Park, now up at Placerita Park on a Wednesday afternoon, and while the kids are all at school, well, I'm just sitting here playing my guitar and singing this tune. And the bees around me buzz, and the birds around me sing. And on this lazy afternoon, I'm just sitting here neath an ancient old oak tree, and I feel just like a millionaire, because I own these trees and I own the air, and there's no one looking over me. Oh, I feel so rich, and I feel so free, and I feel so happy. Up at Placerita Park, up at Placerita Park. And I wonder what was going on before it was Placerita Park. And actually, I know. I'm going to tell you right now. There's a gentleman by the name of Frank Walker who lived there in that same area with his beautiful wife Hortense and their 12 children in a cabin. And I think they had about 2,000 chickens. Is that right, Bob? 6,000? 10,000 chickens. Wow. It was in 1931 when Hortense, sadly, she got sick. She became ill, and she left this world way too soon. She was only 46 years old, I believe. She never got to see her children get married, all 12 of them. She never got to meet her grandchildren like Bob back there. Never got to meet them. So I think Frank probably thought, you know, it's just not the same without my beloved wife. And he decided to sell that cabin and sell that land. So he did. I think he sold it to the county. And they made it into a park for people like me and you, so we could enjoy it. And if you haven't been there in a while, I hope you'll go to Placerita Park. Oh, Placerita Park. Well, I'm up at Placerita Park on a Thursday afternoon, and while the freeways all load up, I'm just sitting here singing this tune, and the bees around me buzz, and the creek nearby it runs. And on this dreamy afternoon, I'm just sitting here beneath the warm sun, and I feel just like a millionaire, because I own these trees and I own the air, and there's no one looking over me. I feel so rich, and I feel so free, and I feel happy. Up at Placerita Park, oh, up at Placerita Park, oh, I'm up at Placerita Park.
Yeah, they did get some of the white oil, and
Yeah,
they
they
wanted
wanted
to drill oil wells up at the park.
This is about 1925. And there's Clarence, he's the firstborn. There's Papa. There's Uncle Ed. Here's my grandmother Hortense. That would be Uncle Tommy. There's Helen. This is probably Frances. That could be Irene. There's Melba for sure. There's Uncle Charlie. There's Uncle Ray. One of them's my dad, and the other one's probably my aunt,
Wow.
Mickey.
Look at the way they dress.
Yeah, well, the kids are all barefoot.
Oh my.
We have Janine Cooper Ayres here, who's going to be doing a little interviewing.
Okay, well, Frank, I'm going to say Ranger Frank.
That's good. A lot of folks know me as Ranger Frank.
Yeah.
What inspired you to become a park ranger? How old were you? When did it happen?
I suppose this is what I've always wanted to do my entire life. When I was a young boy, growing up in the San Fernando Valley in the 60s, Mom would take me to the parks, the zoos.
My parents split when I was 6 years old, and so she's the one with my two older sisters and my grandmother that raised me. And they instilled that love of nature and that passion for caring for animals since I was a kid. I'm doing right now exactly what I want to do. I'm working in a county park owned by the state. The state only owns the dirt here. In fact, in 1949 is when Frank Walker originally sold 40 acres of his land in and around what is now the current nature center to the state of California. He wanted to be left in a pristine, natural state as well. He did not want it to become overdeveloped or developed in any way other than what you see as it is today, so that his children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren could come, and they still do today. And then in '59 is when the bulk of the park was sold, his property, his homestead, if you will, to the state, about 288 acres, to encompass the land that right now comprises all of the Placerita Canyon Natural Area. The city of Santa Clarita goes to a large extent to procure open spaces for people to recreate. Usually when a developer wants to build a tract home, the city will make them swap out part of that land that they want to develop into a community city park. A lot of folks on the board today, a lot of people that are on the board of directors for the city and other councilmen and women still fight for that all the time. They're always trying to procure new land to connect properties and connect the city with city's people with the land. Yeah,
There's like 38 parks in Santa Clarita, and you know, for a city of 230,000 residents, that's quite a feat. But they make it, like you said, they make it a point to do it, and I'm so proud to be a resident here, to know that our city takes it seriously.
And it has been. They've been at that for a little while. And you know, here's Lorene West and the city council that has helped try to get it done sooner than later. Yeah, they're working on it all the time.
Now, do you live in Santa Clarita, or do you live in
I do. I've been living here for 25 years.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Years now. This will be the 25th anniversary of our wedding here. I got married here at the park too, by the way.
Of course you
I
did.
met my wife in full uniform, walking around with an opossum, and you know, our eyes met over. You know, she wanted to feel the fur on the opossum. I let her do it, and that was it. Here we are, 25 years later. Yeah, I got
What a
married out
story.
in what was currently our parking lot right now.
What?
Had a couple hundred people here. We camped out at Walker Ranch Campground that night. We had 30 people camping out overnight that night in the campground. Yeah.
So when you have memories here, they span not only from work but personal family memories. romantic memories with your wife.
Right.
You know, you can't look at it on a screen. You have to experience it, right?
Like I tell the little people, this isn't like watching Discovery Channel at home eating chocolate bonbons on the couch, boys and girls. This is the real deal out here. What I teach you can make a difference in your, your life or someone else's.
Exactly.
Right?
Absolutely. Ranger Frank, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for the opportunity, everybody.
We'll see you in the funny papers.